My gloves on, it's chilly. Hello and welcome to UNFAZED FRIGHTS. So I felt like doing a cemetery walk and talk tonight, and I'm finally starting to feel a little bit better. About the last 3, pushing 4 weeks, I've just felt like absolute trash. I did not get a flu shot this season, and I paid the price dearly. I suffered the consequences. So yeah, I was really sick, and it's still lingering, you know. Anyway, as you can tell, you can kind of hear it in my voice. I'm still not sounding 100%, but I am feeling a lot better. So I thought, hey, I'm gonna get out of the house, mix it up a little bit, and do a cemetery walk and talk for the UNFAZED FRIGHTS channel. Check it out. Here we are. I'm not necessarily gonna do any kind of ghost hunting tonight, unless we see something. Then, you know, we'll definitely investigate. But no, I just felt more like kind of giving you guys a little status update on the channel, giving you some content, and just saying what's up, see how you're doing. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're walking around a cemetery in your city or town, doing strange and unusual things like me. Oh, I'm backlit now, that's the worst. See, that looks so much better. You don't want to be backlit. It's a bad way to look. Bad way to look. You know what I was thinking would be kind of cool? It would be cool to do cemetery walk and talk interviews. So I get someone to come with me on a walk, maybe as the sun's setting, ease them into it a little bit, and just conduct an interview. Kind of like hiking with Kevin, but cemetery walking with Ben. Oh, there's the train. Ooh, the elusive Glendale train. I'm stuffy still, but I can kind of breathe in that crisp air a little bit. Let's wait for the train horn. There it is. There it is. So actually over here, over by those dirt mounds over there with the grave dirt, I saw 2 guys walking over there. Pretty big guys. Walking over behind that dirt mound there, maybe about 5 minutes ago. So I'm gonna be vigilant. You know, sometimes there's strange characters lurking around the cemetery, myself included. But I am here by myself. Well, of course I'm here with you guys, but as of this moment, I'm here by myself, just me and the ghosts. I'm not as worried about the ghosts, but I am worried about random dudes lurking in the shadows. That's a little different. But anyway, what do you guys think about that idea? The idea of doing walk and talk interviews in the cemetery. I think that would be a great idea. I haven't really seen anyone do that. And it would be perfect too. I could do the interviews, maybe like a 20-minute, half-hour interview around the cemetery. And then if we want to do a ghost hunt afterwards, it would be a nice segue to go into it. But you could really get 2 videos out of it. You could do the walk and talk cemetery interview, and then an actual paranormal investigation right afterwards. You could kind of loosen the guest up as well, get him in the right frame of mind. I think that's the way to do it. So I do apologize for the lighting. As you know, I'm in a cemetery, so the light's a little spotty, but actually this cemetery has quite a bit of lighting. Not too bad. Now there is an area over here, if you look into those bushes, where it leads to another part of the cemetery that's not lit up at all. So for the walk and talk, I'm not going to go there, but I'm going to keep that in mind for an actual paranormal investigation coming soon. But I'm really excited about the Frights channel, guys. The UNFAZED FRIGHTS channel. Got some good stuff cooking for you. Like I said, this past month, I felt like crap. I was really dead to the world for a couple weeks there, and I just needed some time to rest up, needed some time to heal. But I feel like getting back at it. You know, when you don't do videos for a while, at least for me, it's something I really... I just heard a weird noise over there. Holy shit. Kind of sounded like a cat. It's probably a cat. That or there's kids squealing off in the distance. I don't know. Ghost kids. I don't know. Woo. But yeah, the UNFAZED FRIGHTS channel. super excited about it. And like I said, you really get this feeling when you make videos consistently where if you don't do it for a while, you start to really get that itch of like, man, I need to make a video. And let me tell you, I was feeling that today, definitely. So definitely excited to make some more Unfazed Frights content for you very, very soon. Some kind of unique stuff on the horizon. Some historical sites I want to visit because I definitely have a love for history, and I think when you can combine those two things, history and the paranormal, makes for really interesting content. So I'm looking forward to that. Definitely have some stuff in the works. So stay tuned. And if you guys are new here, of course, please subscribe. And all of you Unfazed crew who have migrated over to the Unfazed Frights channel, thank you. Appreciate you guys. Drop a like to help the algorithm. I don't know if it'll work or not, but hey, it's worth a shot. Right? Right. But yeah, I think the Unfazed Frights channel is going to see some very interesting content. I went up to Prescott Valley a couple of weeks ago, right before I got sick, and we visited the Elks Theater. It's a historic theater that my grandfather and my great-grandfather worked at. And I talked to the manager, and I kind of told her about what I do, told her about our channels, and she said that the general manager, she was just like, you know, the daytime manager, but the GM is really interested in the paranormal and loves this kind of stuff. So I'm going to shoot her an email and confirm some dates to get back up to the Elks Theater and do a proper paranormal investigation. So stay tuned for that. I think you guys are going to love it. Got some of my own family history tied into the site, plus a whole bunch of great film and theater history, Arizona history, and paranormal content. So really and truly excited about that. What's neat about this cemetery that I'm in right now, I'm in Glendale Rest Cemetery, I think is what it's called. It's so funny, I've driven by this one thousands of times and the name escapes me. But there's some really old graves in this cemetery. Like, we're talking going back to the very early 1900s, especially in this deserty area over here. Some real creepy old wooden crosses. A lot of Hispanic graves going way back. Some going back to the very early 1900s. I could be wrong, but I think over there's some stretching back to the 1800s. Which may not seem like much for some of you guys in Europe and some of you guys back east, but out here, it's a pretty old graves. Oh, this is sad. You got a Spider-Man toy down here. There he is. Georgie Yashimoto. He's only 1 year old. He died in 1946. Rest in peace, Georgie. With great power comes great responsibility. I got a new microphone. A little tiny one that plugs in here. How does it sound? Let me know how the sound is, you guys. Trying to step up the production quality this year a little bit. Obviously right now this doesn't look spectacular. It's pretty basic stuff right now. But in general, I want to step up the production quality. Better sound, better visuals, and better content for you guys. That's really the goal. That's really the goal. A few things that I want to do this year on the Unfazed Frights channel and on Unfazed Review is to travel more. And I'll talk about this a little bit in some other videos on Unfazed Review, but I can mention it here as well because they are connected. They're two different areas of the same estate, so to speak. I quit my job recently. I was working for a e-bike company, and it was a fine day job. You know, I worked with some cool people, but I quit because I was getting burned out. It wasn't what I needed to be doing, and you know, some of the opportunities that originally had been presented kind of evaporated, and I definitely experienced some burnout. And I thought, you know what, it's time for something else. So I got a new job. It's been my first week this week working there. And the reason I took this job was because there's a little bit more, just a little bit more schedule flexibility, which is fantastic for the YouTube channels. So I will be obviously still working 40-hour weeks, of course, but I have a little bit more latitude with my schedule, so I can do more stuff like this. I can have more time to edit, and hopefully, fingers crossed, more time to travel and do more travel vlogs. So, really excited about that. And if you guys are the fucking train, what is it, just hanging out? That thing's been going off for like 15 minutes. Fuck. Anyway, if you guys are in a situation where you're getting burned out or you feel like there's no opportunity for you, start putting the feelers out for another job. Because believe it or not, as shitty as things are right now, you can find another job. Try to find something that allows you to pursue your passions, and find something that's more tolerable, definitely, because we all gotta work. I get it. I'm right there with you. Gotta make that money, gotta pay those bills. But if you can find something that fits with your lifestyle just a little bit better, like I did, where I can have more time to dedicate to you guys, to dedicate to the channel, that's critical. That is absolutely critical. So even if you gotta work, find a way to fit in time for your dreams, because no one else is gonna do it for you. No one else is gonna do it for you. Let's take a look at some of these graves, guys. I'm walking, talking, rambling. All right, let's see what we got here. Take my gloves off. All right, we have Lee Andrew Kofelt, Arizona. Ingeniman 2, U.S. Navy. I'm not sure what that word is there, sorry. Someone correct me. August 29th, 1895 to June 11th, 1916. Wow. Thank you for your service, Lee Andrew. So yeah, tonight I really didn't have any plans. Just felt like talking to you guys, giving you a little status update on the channel. And also, like I said, I've been kind of cooped up at work, so it just feels good to get out and make a little video, take a little walk. I love walking. I try to walk every night. Definitely, even when I'm feeling shitty. Definitely try to get out there and get a little ejercicio, get a little exercise. But yeah, that's what I have cooking on the channels. I'm very excited. I had a comment recently on Discord asking me what the scariest situation we ever got into ghost hunting was. That's tough to say. It's definitely tough to say. I'm sure Emmett and I have discussed that on a previous podcast, but off the top of my head, creepiest situation we ever got into, there were a few. I'm sure you guys remember some of them if you're avid watchers. Like I said, kind of like I was saying earlier, with people being in the cemetery, sometimes that's creepier and feels more dangerous than worrying about ghosts or spirits. Oh, the moon looks cool. Check that out. Thumbnail. That's it right there. That's the thumbnail. Yeah, I remember we were doing Green Acres Cemetery. God, there's so many fucking sirens off in the distance. That's one thing about doing any cemetery in Phoenix or Glendale, probably Los Angeles as well. But here especially, you're gonna get a shit ton of train horns. That train's been going off for 20 minutes now. Same train, I'm guessing. And then a fuck ton of sirens. It's so fucking irritating. But this cemetery is the only one with any kind of natural lighting. So, yeah. Well, I guess it's unnatural lighting. Fuck. Like I said, people are more scary. People are more scary than ghosts. Fuck, it scared the shit out of me, dude. So looking back on our Discord, someone asked what the scariest experience we ever had ghost hunting was. That's hard to say, man. We've had a lot of creepy stuff. As far as paranormal stuff goes, Terror Trader is right up there, because that Ouija board and the EMF detector going off like crazy, and just the weird feels there, and Jason, the shop owner, getting choked, and all the stuff in the Terror Trader video. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. That was 100% the creepiest and most active paranormal situation we've ever been in so far. As far as overall creepy vibes, Green Acres Cemetery, really, really heavy stuff. As far as like creepiest situation, actually at Green Acres Cemetery, the very first time we went, circling back before all those distractions to humans being scarier than ghosts, there were like a bunch of mafioso looking guys or cartel looking guys that rolled up, all dudes, like 10 cars, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe it was less, 8 cars, all lined up. It was at like 10 or 11 o'clock at night, and they all went into the mausoleum there. And there was a guy like standing watch, like standing guard, looking at us. I swear to God, that train's going all night. It's so irritating. But that was super bizarre, because I was like, okay, we might actually be in danger here with these like mafia cartel guys. So that was the most like weird, kind of spooky, dangerous situation that we got into ghost hunting. But yeah, as far as actual spooky oogie boogie ghost stuff, I would say Terror Trader was definitely the spookiest so far. But we got the Elks Theater on the horizon. Definitely some more cemetery adventures await you, coming soon. And yeah, just felt like doing a little walk and talk with you guys. Now, what's weird about this location here, obviously there's a fuck ton of traffic. You hear motorcycles, cars, sirens, train whistles and horns going off. But also what's weird is I look around and I don't see anybody, right? Nobody around, except for those 2 guys I saw like 10, 15 minutes ago. But if I stop, once in a while it sounds like there's footsteps nearby. Just a little bit ago, it sounded like scuffling right over there. There's nobody there. So that's a strange thing about the cemetery. I think part of it is our own mind, or at least my mind, playing tricks on me. But another part of it is it's a cemetery, and I think there's a lot of restless spirits here. Who knows? And this is the older part of the cemetery, so it's kind of interesting. It goes from really grassy on the edges to the core of the cemetery being older, old graves in the early 1900s, late 1800s, and it's all deserty. It's like something from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, or A Fistful of Dollars. That's one thing I haven't seen in a Western in a long time, is a good cemetery shootout. That's pretty badass. I remember in the original Red Dead Revolver, the OG of the Red Dead games, there's a really cool cemetery shootout. There's this freaky guy that's like a villain that has this casket with a minigun in it. Let me know if any of you guys remember that. Casket with a minigun. And Red has to have this crazy shootout in this old cemetery. Visually very cool. Hard level. I remember that being very difficult. Great game. The classic, the one that started it all. Rockstar Games, man. Good stuff. But if we ever make a Western someday, an unfazed Western, I would love to have an old school, like, Spanish mission with a adjacent cemetery in the desert and have a shootout there. I think that'd be really cool. I think they did The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. One of those spaghetti Western Sergio Leone movies. I'm sure they did. So one thing I'd like to do that we've never done is a food review at the cemetery. Maybe like a cemetery picnic. Seems a little disrespectful, but could be fun. I don't know. Just spitballing ideas here. Maybe we won't do that. I don't know. Maybe have a beverage walking through the cemetery. I don't know. But one time we did do that, actually. We went to West Rest Haven. That's a mouthful. Which is just north of here. Like literally a minute north. And as soon as we were done doing that really intense investigation, we went to Taco Bell and did a vlog of it right afterwards and released it. I think back to back, like one day and one the next day, or pretty close to each other. But that's the closest we came to like intertwining food vlogs with ghost hunting. I don't know, the two don't really mix, but we'll see. Who knows? Maybe a paranormal fucking train. Maybe a paranormal motherfucker. That goddamn train. Maybe someday a paranormal picnic. That's what I'm trying to say. Fuck. Maybe someday a paranormal picnic. That train, I'm gonna slit the throat of that conductor. Perhaps one day a paranormal picnic. There. God, finally able to say it without a fucking horn going off. Alright guys, so that's all I have to talk about. Very excited about the Unfazed Frights channel. Glad to be able to kind of breathe a little bit more. I was very sick. Not a fun time, but feeling better now. ready to make some content. Thank you guys for watching. What's the catchphrase for Unfazed Frights? We have remain unfazed, stay frightening, stay spooky, remain unfazed, and most importantly, stay frightening. Good night. We'll work on it. I'll get it. Something like that, yeah. So as always, remain unfazed, and most importantly, stay frightening. I like that. That sounds good. All right, good night, guys.